Shall we get into it? For today is Tech Friday, and it was also Elgato week, and boy, did they do a lot of announcements. We'll go through them by announcements each day. Now, they are streaming right now as this is being recorded, and they did an announcement today, but they might have more. So if this is all they have, then yay, we've covered everything. If not, well, there's next week. Okay, my light looks off for some reason. I don't know why. What is it? Is that the shirt or the shirt sticking into the frame? There we go. All right, so let's get to it. Boop. There you go. On Monday, they announced that the Wave Mic Arm Mark II. There's some M's. I typed it wrong in my notes. Let me correct that. So, as you can see, it's very flexible. You can even put it down so it can be low profile or come up over the monitors. It's extra long, which is great because a lot of mic arms that you get for streaming tend to be on the shorter side, and that may not fit your desk needs. So this is pretty good. As you can see, it has these neat little shoulder pads. The cables go inside as usual. Full flex. They say dead silent. Fits more desks. Yes. All metal. No logos. So it's designed to, the promise of it is that it gives you more freedom to move your microphone around. And it looks pretty cool. I like how it attaches. It looks solid and easy to manipulate. It's great. And they do their hidden cable channel thing. Again, they have a little extension for you as well. Clamps onto the desk, as you see there. And the best part is, unlike other wave arms, this holds more weight. It ships with the proper adapters, supporting weights from half pound up to 2.6 pounds, which is pretty fantastic and will hold a lot more mics than their previous. So if you have a chunky, weighty mic, this would be a good arm for you. And that moves. Look, they've got two of them there. So the promise on this is that it's very adaptable to any situation. Spring-loaded, all metal, and you can check out all these details here. Ba-ba. All right, for a few days, they did two announcements. Their other announcement on Monday was, let's make it go away a second, and I'm doing behind the scenes things, so, was an app they call Voice Focus. It's available for $50 on their store, and there was a beta of this earlier. One moment, had to sneeze, might have to sneeze again. Hold on. Okay, so Voice Focus. This right here. What this does is eliminates all the room noise. You just plug in the mic, you kind of set a distance. Let's see if I can show off this picture here. Right, you say how strong you want it to be, and it cuts down the noise while preserving your voice. And it does a really good job. Now, you may have noticed something. It does say it's AI, and the AI is only on your machine and doesn't send anything to anywhere. So that's what they're guaranteeing. Once this gets out more and more people are using it, we'll know how true that is. But right now, not a reason to doubt. But it's a simple button, simple switch that makes your audio sound great without a lot of fuss. It really is kind of amazing what they have in that app alone. So if you're in a loud room or you can't, sound treat the room in any way, consider getting Voice Focus. It really makes a huge difference in your audio. All right, next up, Tuesday, the thing I'm most excited for out of all their announcements. Brian, hello, welcome on in. Thing I'm most excited for out of all their announcements, Wavelink 3.0. Over there. I got to point that way. Yes. Now, I've talked about Wavelink before and how cool it is, but Wavelink 3.0 is a whole nother ballgame. It will be free for everybody. You don't have to have Elgato hardware, and you don't have to pay a dime. There will be an open beta next week, October 16th, and I have mentioned this before, but I've said if Elgato ever opens up Wavelink for everybody, or at a low price point, they kind of win putting audio on your computer. I don't know anything that's going to be this easy and this capable, and you don't have to have any special hardware to use it. You just download it, use it. But let's take a look. Note to self. Hi, Rex. Note to self. Screenshot all my VST settings before installing. Yes, it does not preserve your settings because it's such a different software from Wavelink 2. Or if you're switching over to it, from something else, you'll probably want to do that. And I plan on getting the beta when it comes out. And so that'll be part of next week's Tech Friday, is going over all the things you can do with it. And so first thing we have here on this table, this is a routing table. You can route sources to multiple channels. So you notice this one here says games, and games goes to their headphone mix, and it also goes to their streaming channel, right? Their sound effects they have going to their private mix, their chat, and their stream channel. And you can have more virtual channels set up. They're just doing 3 at a time, and you can, drag more sources of the same type together, or of any type. Like this could be Spotify and Discord on one channel. Doesn't matter. As long as the app is open, you'll be able to select it and put it in one of these categories. And then this volume slider acts as a master volume slider for everything. Or you can change the volume of just what you hear in your headphones and what the stream hears by manipulating these sliders. So if you need it a little louder for you and a little quieter for stream, you can do that. And this is probably the biggest and best improvement of Wavelink 3, is a simplified routing table. Now I had a what was that thing called that a few years ago that everyone liked, but the company went away? It was Mixer Go something. Anyway, that mixer had a routing table, but it was weird to figure out what it meant by clicking on the box. It just didn't make sense. This makes sense visually. It's easy to read, and if you want to add a VST, like Rex was mentioning, you click this little sound wavy button, and that will open up the VST menu essentially, and you can add them in there. So as you see, the music doesn't have any VSTs. And honestly, if you're going to add filters to stuff, you really should only be adding filters to voices. Maybe games if you need a little more gain or something like that. But don't filter your music. You can filter your SFX if you're going for something specific, but usually your music, game audio, you should just leave alone, and mess with the volume as you need. But I wouldn't put any filters on them because that can mess up the audio to your audience. And if you have a Wave microphone, you'll get this. If you don't have a Wave microphone, you don't get this screen. But if you have a Wave, like the Elgato Wave 3, you get this handy screen for setting it up. The routing table we already talked about. Expanded input and powerful mixes. Went over that. All the audio effects you can do. And the big thing, once again, free for everyone. And there's no reason not to try this. The beta next week, well, I'll be your beta tester on it. So if you want to wait till it comes out full, but I guarantee this is, if not the best, probably one of the best pieces of software for audio control of your streaming or of your PC. And Wavelink 3 makes it even better. Looking forward to this one, mostly already using current Wavelink like this, but if I can combine multiple mics into a single, that would be great. First Ace is free. Not that we want you to hit up the marketplace or anything, right? Because there will be VSTs available through the marketplace, and whether people charge for those or not is another story. But honestly, for me, this was the best announcement. And the free made it all that much better. I really will I'm thinking I'm going to have a hard time recommending anything else for people for audio routing. If you want to do a little more than what OBS can give you for free, this is a great option. I've used other audio router softwares, and even some of those don't really compare to the flexibility of the previous version of this, of Wavelink 2. So yeah, we'll try it out and do many, many fun things with it. Oops, that was the wrong combo of buttons. This button. There we go. And then also on Tuesday, they announced another piece of software, again, $50, called Wavecast. Oops, let me try that again. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working, but it didn't want to go. All right, now Wavecast is for linking audio between two computers over your network. So say you have a streaming PC and a gaming PC, and this is a way to get the audio from one to the other with very little effort. And once again, they promise ultra low latency. I haven't seen many independent reviews on this yet, so we'll find out how much the common reviewers like about this. But you can send your microphone audio from one to the other computer. You can send, the stream audio one way, the game audio another, depending what way you want to go. And it makes it really easy to get audio going. To get video, well, you're on your own there. But this handles your audio. Yeah, getting into the ecosystem is free. By the way, here's these other things that aren't free, but you'll really want, right? Tanya, hello. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Doing good. So yeah, application, choose app audio. Now, one license, one fee will cover two computers. And if you ever switch computers that you want to use this with, all you have to do is contact Elgato support, and they will sort out the license for you so you can use it on your new machine that you're replacing with the old machine. Again, another option to look at. All right, so that'll take us to Wednesday. And Wednesday announcement, we had Finite Singularity on stream, and we like a lot of Finite's OBS plugins. But he worked on this with Elgato, and he was showing off him coding it on his streams a couple months ago. So the Marketplace Connect 1.2 beta, full release next month, does something kind of neat. And there is a Reddit mega thread to talk about it. I'll pull that up. So what this does is it integrates with OBS, and now from the Elgato Marketplace, you can download whole scene collections that you can use. So that you can use for free. Now, you can put up things on the Elgato Marketplace and charge for them, or make them available for free. There are already quite a few options up for this. So you can have instant stream setup. You can have a talkie scene, a BRB screen, a starting soon screen, and an end screen, all in one go, all brought into OBS auto-magically. And you can select what parts you want. If you don't want the BRB screen, you just don't put that in. It will still be available to you if you go into your Marketplace account and want anything, but you can do that. The other thing you can do with this is export your own scenes. So you can export your scenes to, and have them in a little file. Maybe you put them on a hard drive somewhere to keep them safe. And that way, if your computer crashes, you can reinstall OBS, go to that file bundle you have, and import it back into OBS without anything. And yeah, it can, Brian is right. It can include plugins by links. It'll tell you what plugins you need. You can't quite yet install plugins through OBS, so you still have to click the links, download it, and insert them yourself. But yeah, and then as Brian says, pick your cam, pick your mic, and go for it. And so if you want to preserve your OBS settings and keep them somewhere because you don't want to go through the whole thing of rebuilding your OBS. I mean, I have so many nested scenes, it would take me a long time to now rebuild my OBS. So this is also a great way to just have your settings saved somewhere, not on your main machine, and instantly import them. Or you can share that bundle with other people. Like, hey, I made this for a TTRPG actual play. If you want to use it too, well, I'll just send you the file, my friend. And you can send your file, or you can put it on the Marketplace for free or for some monies. But this is another really great piece of software. Like I said, it is Marketplace Connect is a plugin for OBS. And one of the other things it includes is a bundle for Stream Deck profiles. So if you have a Stream Deck and whoever made that bundle put this in there, it will automatically have buttons to switch from the, your host screen to your BRB screen to your end screen, and you just drag them in. Again, if you don't want to use them, you don't have to. And if you decide later you want to, you go into your marketplace account and they'll still all be there for you to download. So it's a really fantastic idea. Glad to see it happening. I think it will make a huge difference, and I hope people take advantage of this and start building different scene collections and things like that people can just put into their streams, and kind of getting to that as low a lift as possible as starting up a stream. Very good. What's already in the marketplace, I took a look at a while ago when this was more in a different beta state, and they have a lot of really good looking packages already available. Again, some paid, some free. So that was the only thing they announced on Wednesday. Oops. Thursday was another 2 announcements. Excuse me a second. Sorry, it's getting colder here, and so my allergies are kind of spawning up. Let's see. So yesterday, Thursday, they announced the Prompter XL, which is a 15.6 inch screen, those words, and let's take a look at this thing. I mean, it's 15.6 inches. It's big. So you want to make sure whatever tripod you get for this can support that weight if you put it on a tripod or wherever you put it on. Just make sure it's not a flimsy one, all right? Otherwise, it might drag down the ball head, or just not work at all and make a mess for you. But this is available for $600, and ultra compatible. They have a list. I don't know where that list went, but they do have a list of all compatible cameras. So if you're interested in a big teleprompter, you can check it out. Now, for me, the idea behind this is a little more for those small studios than for regular streamer use. Like, I have the regular prompter, right? And that's still available, and that's less than this, obviously. The other cool thing about the Prompter XL is that the screen is detachable. It's a removable display, and it's just held on by magnets. So if you were to pick it up, don't pick it up by the screen, because the magnets could detach, and then you're down a prompter. So hold it by another part of it, just not there. It has this nice hood. It all snaps together. On Elgato stream, they snapped it together. It looked like it was easy setup. I like that you get basically a free display that you can use however you want. And the other thing to think about with such a large prompter screen is how close it is to your face, basically. Because let me get back to here. So if you have it, like my prompter is fairly close to me, a couple arms lengths away. If I had the 15.6 inch one and just went full screen with my text, at this distance, you would see my eyes moving. I'd possibly have to move my head to read all the text coming up. So at this distance, what I would do is not use the full 15 inches of the monitor. I would shrink down my script so it kind of fits more center, and it keeps my eyes from moving so extremely back and forth, and it still looks like I'm looking forward into the camera, as I am. Now, if you have a larger space and can move that prompter like 6 to 8 feet away from you, from like the back of your desk or something, that's probably good enough where you won't pick up this. You may pick up some eye movement, but it won't be as extreme as that, and it'll still look like the person is looking directly into the camera while they read the text. So just keep that in mind if you get it. I really like that it's just a monitor too that you can give you. But I found the original prompter very useful, and yeah, you can check out all the details about using it there. And it comes with the Camera Hub software and tells you all about all the different buttons and things you can get if you have a Stream Deck. Yeah, the max load, 11 pounds, so be aware. 5 kilograms for those that use other weight measurements. The field of view is approximately the same as it is with the normal prompter, so you're not really losing anything. It's probably a little wider, but you're still getting the relatively same amount of space you'll still be able to have. There's this cloth hood to keep light out if you need it, and then here's all the rugged body. Beam splitter glass, magnetic display. Again, if you get one, please don't pick it up by the monitor. It's just magnets holding it on, and you could possibly detach the monitor. And if you had to carry this around the room, you probably want to carry it, by like here or on the side. Just don't carry it by the monitor. I don't want it to go crashing to the floor, and then that's an expensive replacement. All right. The other thing they announced yesterday, let me move that window out. This is going to take a little bit of adjustment. Was something called Window Mover, sorry, which is a free plugin for the Stream Deck. And so I have it. I've installed it. I used it to start my programs. And what it does is it takes your it takes any app you have open. It'll go, okay, how do you want this app arranged when you open it? And it will remember those positions so you can hit the button, and then when that app will automatically go to the space you provide it. So to show you what it's like, let me get over to, we'll take a look at my Stream Deck setup for it. So here's the Stream Deck software. Let's see, where did I put this? Oh no, it's right here. So I have this open button, and this opens all of my programs before I stream. Now, what I also have it set to do is move all those windows to a certain position, thanks to the new software. What was this called again? Windows Mover, right? Let me make sure that is, oh, right, I can just type it up here. Yeah, there we go, Window Mover. So in my multi-action, I have the camera hub open first. I caused a delay because sometimes your computer trying to open multiple programs at once is not going to have a good time. So I added a delay just to give a few seconds for that program to open up, and then for the next one to open. And that way my computer doesn't scream at me about trying to open 5 programs all at the same time. But then I also have it, once they open, I have a window mover layout. So I label this. So the camera hub will go in the upper right. My StreamBot goes in the upper left. My Spotify goes in the bottom left. I don't have anything for the bottom right. And then I want my Chrome window maximized in the monitor I have to my right. So that's what the Window Mover Maximize does here. And I want to make sure that the StreamerBot chat window is maximized in my prompter screen. And that's what this other one does. So we can take a look at these individually. So as you can see, you can title it whatever. Your selection, you can say whatever app is currently in the foreground, whatever app you have selected that isn't, the Stream Deck software. You can select the specific app, or sometimes if it doesn't recognize the app or doesn't pick up the app, you can also give it the title of the window. That'll do it. And then you set what display you want it to go to. So this is my main monitor, my kind of monitor that's in the middle, and I look at straight ahead. And I said, okay, camera hub, I want you to open up in this right thing. And you can just click these where you want it to open up. So if you only want 2 programs, you could have it open left and right, or in this configuration. Or if you wanted to divide it up, maybe you only want 2 apps here and then another app to open on the left, you could do that. But here's all the configurations that they give you. And you just pick one, and then when you go to open it, it will move it to the right place. So I have all the programs open first, and then I go, okay, now put them where I want. Now that they're all open and working, just make them go, and they'll go. And so this is the layout button. So if I go, let's see here, yeah, page 2. Oh, that's the weather app, right? Okay, page 3. So you go to layout, and here you go, foreground, just like what I showed you here. Can title it whatever, pick if it's an app, and then you select the app, select the display, tell it where you want it to go. It is 1 app per thing, so you couldn't, say this app and this app in one button. You do have to make this. Neat, this like an extended version of the Windows Power Toys Fancy Zones with timing aid. Yeah, and what I do like about this over Fancy Zones is that Fancy Zones doesn't quite understand I have the StreamerBot app, right? And then the StreamerBot chat window just is a window titled chat, but Fancy Zones doesn't detect that. And so I would have to click it every time. With this, I can go by the window title, and the window title is just chat. So I type chat in here, and because I have StreamerBot set up to open the chat window automatically, it'll open it up and it will move it to where I want it. So sometimes you do need the window title, like in my StreamerBot example here, for it to work. And then maximize, same idea. Thing I was disappointed in was this custom bit, and they really didn't show it off too much on their stream, so I'm not exactly sure how to get this all to work, but you can still use it. If you want it a certain size, you can set X, Y, width, height. Thing is, I have no idea where X, Y, what that means for my monitor. Okay, this monitor, the X coordinate, the Y coordinate, I think at 0, 0 is the upper left of the screen, maybe. But where is this? What do I set to move this cross screen? And then I would just be playing with this for who knows how long to try to figure that out. And then you can set the width and height, right? So 1920, 1080 if you want it full and whatever. But it would be neat if there was a way to capture the window configuration. Just say, hey, you know what? This window here, where is this on the monitor? I know you need XY, but I need you to tell me what the XY is and put it in there. Did they add a way to capture the current window config? No, not that they showed, and not that I can see. Not that they showed on their stream yesterday, not that I can see. So this was the only real disappointment is this is kind of useless right now. If you can figure out your XY and you want to add a custom, it's neat that you can size the window to whatever you want and you have a custom, but again, you have to play with these XY. Wait, why do you only have one knob configured? Wait, what do you mean? I have multiple knobs configured. Oh, here? No, this is just screen 3. If I go back to 1, multiple knobs. So we're good. No worries. We're good. I can touch all the knobs. That's just screen 3 that I don't really use, and I use it for testing things. Thought you were squandering controls for a minute, right? So let me get rid of these. So deducting points for bare knobs on secondary screens. So useful. It is nice that they provide this custom thing, but I think it needs a way to say, just tell me what the position of this window is, what size it is, and everything. Just figure it out for me, because I don't really know. I don't know if this, height is 200 by 400, or maybe it's only 211. I have no way of knowing that. So let me click this window, give me what you need to make yourself happy, and put there automatically. But if you want to play with it, you can play with it. I think you would have to screenshot your monitor and then note the coordinates. If it grabbed, it populated it once you had dragged it in position, that would work. Yeah, but there's not like I said, I don't know of a good way of dealing with this. I'm glad the option's here so you can make it whatever you want. I just want it to be easier to use. But I really like the other options. The layout and maximize are fantastic. Like I said, I've been using them since yesterday, and they work fine. Can see how that would feel a little redundant though, to create a button that only grabs the Windows coordinates, because the app doesn't know what it is until it's told which one. Yeah, if there was a way to go, okay, app, let me pick the window. Click window. Okay, you got the, let's see. Create a button that only grabs the window. Yeah, I can see. Matter of less handhold, more practice. Yeah, we love to mess stuff up, right? So yeah, there's lots of options. It works really well. Like I said, as soon as I could get it yesterday, I started playing with it, and I made it so my setup works. And I used it today, and I'm really liking it. It makes it real easy to make sure everything's just in the right place, and I don't have to constantly drag all my windows around where I want them every time, since they won't release the Stream Deck pillow for us to cry it, right? I mean, Elgato, where's the Stream Deck pillow? You didn't give us the Stream Deck pillow. Why no pillow? We would all like the pillow. It would fly off the shelves, as they say. All right, so finally, today's announcement was a gaming chair. Now, there might be more announcements happening right now because they're like streaming all day. So I don't know if this is the only one for Friday, or if they're just going to have some mega thing at the end of their stream. Don't know. But right now, we have the Elgato Embrace. Oh, you're right. Let me pull up that browser again. Where did I close that browser completely? I closed the browser completely. Why did I do that? I only meant to minimize. Yeah, come back up. Reappear for me, browser. There we go. Give it a chance to load. Did he have to give the item such a horny name? Right? Combination Stream Deck pillow and exfoliating makeup remover. So you can literally wipe that look off your face. Right? Okay, so there's the link to the Embrace. And because I'm an office supply kid, my family had a local office supply store for years. We used to have a space with a showroom. I've sat in a lot of office chairs, got to try them out. So I have opinions. We'll take a look at it. Let's just... I'm having trouble remembering where my buttons are today. Hold on. That one. There you go. Right there. All right. So it's $500 or $499.99 US. It's a mesh back with kind of a padded chair. Now, I was watching their stream earlier, and this pad can slide forward or slide forward and back. So if you need it forward a little more, you can do that. The great thing is the headrest, because oh boy, headrest. The arms are good too. Now I have a chair. We're going to get into chairs here, and Rex, feel free to join in. They're getting into chairs. Yeah, I know it's weird, right? But so over there at the desk where I do my crafting and gunpla thing, I have an office chair with a mesh back that my dad gave to me years ago, and it's still good. So mesh backs are great. This Secret Lab chair I got only because my friend who sold me my old computer was getting rid of it, and I was like, "You want the chair too?" I'm like, "Sure." But this chair has been great for my back, more so than that mesh chair. But that mesh chair with the back lasted years, we'll say more than 10. And that chair that I have over there, that it's about the size of what you would consider a normal office chair, you know, kind of that low back thing. It has a few more features where the handles are adjustable. Again, I like this adjustable headrest. That is a feature you don't see too often. Fancy office chair, yeah. So mesh is usually pretty comfortable, and if you were to get a similarly priced chair, or a similar chair from Herman Miller or from Steelcase, this could easily, oops, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. This could easily be $1,000 chair, or more, $2,000 even. So for the price of $500, that's amazing. So hopefully when people have this and can review it, we'll find out exactly how comfortable it is. But I like a lot of the tech here. And for $500, there's a lot of features you don't see normally in chairs, especially an adjustable headrest. Even something that seems like a no-brainer, like a headrest, can make a chair price go way up. And again, the other innovation that they showed off on their stream that they don't really do a good job of showing here is that this padded cushion can slide forward and back, and the mesh looks great. You know, you can change the back support there a little bit. These are adjustable. It goes up and down, and you can lean back in it too, like the adjustable seat length as I have longer legs. Yeah. So if I needed a chair, this would definitely be in consideration. I do like the feel of mesh on the back. Like I said, I have a chair with mesh on the other side here. It's held up really well. You can tilt it back. Pray for it. You can nap in this chair. You can tilt it. You can't tilt it all the way back. It's not like a gravity chair type thing, but you can tilt it back far enough, or you'll probably be pretty comfortable if you want to nap in it. And so, oh, I have a kitty meowing at the door. Hold on. We might have some kitty time here. Come on, Hannah. I heard you. So yeah, a lot of good features that you wouldn't find normally on a chair quite that price. Nappability is a very important feature for a chair, especially a gamer chair. Again, it seems like an odd product line for them to get into, and I don't quite know where they're going with it, but the chair. And on their stream earlier today, come here, the guy set it up in like 12 minutes or something. It was impressive. Come here. No. You gotta be on screen a little bit, just for a little bit, okay? This is Hannah. When Hannah's on, stream stop. Hi, kitty. Oh, is it time to get down now? Oh, now it's time to get down. Okay, there you go. Ooh, that was That was a dust storm of fur. All right, so we'll get to break in just a moment here. But yeah, it's a pretty good chair for the price. I know there's people who have it already, and I'm looking forward to hearing their reviews on it.